When was the last time you saw news about Ukraine? You don't remember, do you? Because it's not in the news anymore. It's not on the homepage. No push notifications. You scroll your screen and land on something else. That's how war turns into another tab. But the tanks are still moving. The sound of tracks crushing asphalt and soil, it's still there. Missiles are still being launched. That streak tearing through the night sky. A few seconds. Then the explosion. Then silence. People are still dying, and your life keeps going normally, simply because no notification popped up. You just stopped looking. And that's exactly where the problem begins. You don't see the bill for the things you get used to. Because getting used to something is like an eyelid. It slowly closes. You don't notice. That bill has already started to arrive. On the morning of February 24, 2022, the world went into shock. A tank war in Europe in the 21st century? We said. Remember that morning? The screens filled with smoke, shaky footage, that heavy gray falling over a city? 3 years passed. The world is no longer shocked. It got used to it. And habit is the most dangerous thing. Because things that become normal are no longer questioned. And things that aren't questioned are managed. Now let's rewind. Over these 3 years, who played what game? Who gained? Who lost? And most importantly, what does it have to do with your life? As we search for the answers, one name appears. Trump, November 2024. Trump was elected. His first words, "I'll end it in 24 hours." Everyone laughed. No one asked, how? In reality, the answer was simple. Very simple. That's why it was frightening. Trump puts Ukraine at the table. He puts Putin at the table and says, "Make a deal." This isn't wordplay. It's a poker table. Picture the table, overhead lights, cameras waiting, tea going cold, maps on one side, calculated silence on the other, and one word in the middle. Deal. Zelensky responded, "You couldn't convince Putin even in 24 minutes. Trump shot back, "This guy is like a salesman, always asking for money." Zelensky went on a world tour. He spoke in Congress, in Berlin, in Paris, in London, everywhere. The same demand. Weapons, weapons, weapons. He received standing ovations. Photos were taken. Hugs followed. Tears were shed. Full halls, loud applause, flashing cameras. But outside at the front line, the rain was the same rain. The mud was the same mud. Then Trump hosted him at Mar-a-Lago. Photos again. Handshakes again. The next day on television. Like a salesman. Now let's ask the cold question. Where do those weapons come from? American companies. Who pays? American taxpayers. And Europe. Who wins? Lockheed Martin shares rose by 47%. This is a trade cycle. Ukraine is the market. Europe is the customer. America is the supplier. Trump's plan is simple. Europe pays from now on. Vance said on television. What does Ukraine winning even mean for us? We don't even know. That's not a sentence. That's a policy shift. So who's on the other side of the table? Putin. And Putin has a very different plan from Trump's. Putin expected a quick victory. He planned for 72 hours. It didn't happen. So what is he doing now? Waiting. Because Putin learned from history. Russia is the country that wins the longest wars. The strategy is simple. Stretch it out. Wait. Let the other side get tired. Putin's advantage is this. The Russian public is used to long wars. Europe is not. Europe lived in peace for 30 years. It forgot pain. Putin is counting on exactly that. You will get tired, he says. When you see the bill, you'll come to the table. A peace summit was held in Switzerland. Russia wasn't invited. China didn't attend. Zelensky presented his plan. Russia will withdraw. Borders will return to their old lines. Putin laughed. Dreams. This is a bet. And it's being played right now. But Putin may have missed one thing. Fatigue is real, but fear is more real. And a system that is afraid doesn't sleep. It arms itself. That's exactly why Europe is waking up. For 30 years, Europe was dreaming. The Cold War is over. There will be no more wars. Defense budgets were cut. Money went to health and education. Business was done with Russia. Natural gas was bought. They called this the peace dividend. On the morning of February 24th, that check came back, stamped insufficient funds. Now, Germany announced a €100 billion defense fund. In one move, Poland ordered 1,000 tanks. Sweden and Finland, neutral for 200 years, joined NATO. Mandatory military service is being debated in Germany. In Sweden, booklets were distributed to the public. What will you do if war comes? These are not just numbers. This is a mindset earthquake. In 2020, the word defense was outdated. In 2026, it's the agenda. The word peace became a slogan, and slogans eventually stop being real. Trump is bargaining at the table. Putin is waiting patiently. Europe is arming itself. And who else is in this equation? Erdoğan, a NATO member, but also bought S-400s from Russia, sold Bayraktar TB2s to Ukraine, acted as a mediator in the grain deal. He talks to Putin. He talks to Zelensky. He calls it balanced foreign policy. Everyone else says playing both sides. But sometimes standing in the middle means selling to both sides. Turkey takes tourists from Russia and sells drones to Ukraine. Putin cuts gas to Europe. Where does Europe go? It buys LNG through Turkey. Zelensky says, "Thank you, Turkey." Putin says, "Thank you, Turkey." Europe asks, "Which side are you on?" Erdoğan answers, "We're on our own side." Is this diplomacy or opportunism? Both. Because sometimes they are the same thing. Now pause, rewind, ask the real question. Who won over these 3 years? American weapons companies. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, breaking records. Orders are pouring in. Europe buys, Ukraine uses, America produces, American energy companies. Russia cut gas to Europe. Europe asked, "Where do we get it from?" The answer, America. LNG tankers cross the Atlantic. They dock at European ports. The price, 3 to 4 times more expensive than Russian gas. But what's the alternative? Freezing, China. It talked about peace. But at the same time, it bought cheap energy from Russia. While the world watched the West, China consolidated the East. That's called opportunity. When two enemies fight, the third wins. And the losers? The Ukrainian people. That's obvious. But not only human loss, economic too. When the war ends, the country will be rebuilt. Who will pay? The West. How? With loans. Loans bring debt. Debt grows with interest. One day, Ukraine may be free, son, but it will definitely be in debt. European citizens. Governments say, "We support Ukraine." Who supports it? You. How? With your bills. Electricity went up, bread went up, taxes went up, inflation went up. This isn't a coincidence. This is the price of war, the Russian people. Putin says, "We won." But while the economy shrinks, McDonald's closes, and young people are sent to the front. What does the Russian citizen see? When losses become numbers, they stop being human. Now take a step back. Look at the wide angle. There are winners. There are losers. But the real question is this: how did the world change? First, globalization is dead. For 30 years we said, one global market. Now there are blocks, the Western bloc, the Russia-China bloc, and in between, the global South. Is this a Cold War? No, but it's not warm either. It's a lukewarm war. Second, the energy map was redrawn. Europe was dependent on Russia, not anymore. But is it independent? No. The supplier changed. Independence didn't arrive. only supplier diversification. Third, the nuclear taboo cracked. After the Cold War, we learned nuclear weapons are not used. Putin said, "I might use them." He didn't, but he said it. That's enough. The taboo cracks. Fourth, words changed. In 2020, peace was popular. In 2026, peace is naive. Now the popular words are deterrence, security, preparedness, war words. And when war words become normal, peace words are forgotten. Now comes the most important part. What do you see in this war? You see the price of bread. You see your electricity bill. You see fuel prices. You feel uncertainty. Markets don't like uncertainty. Uncertainty means risk. Risk means a premium. Premium means higher prices. And the price comes out of your pocket. They show you Ukraine. You see flags. They see markets. You see maps. They see mineral deposits. You think peace, they think terms of agreement. Wars aren't won on the battlefield. Wars are won in budgets, and budgets are fed by your taxes. Trump says, "I'll end it in 24 hours." Zelensky says, "I need weapons." Putin says, "I'll wait." Erdoğan says, "We are mediators." Everyone is talking, but who pays the bill? You. The most expensive thing isn't oil. The most expensive thing is trust. When there's trust, trade is cheap. Energy is cheap. War is distant. When trust disappears, everything becomes expensive. Right now, the world is losing trust. Who pays for that loss? Not the ones using the tanks, the ones watching the tanks. That's you.